Welcome back, guys. Another week of Vegas News. Don Sullivan, Danny Miner. I apologize. I forgot where I was for a second. Absolutely no meds. I promise. I swear. All right, Danny.
Listen, you did a Mitch McConnell. Remember when Mitch? Listen. When Mitch just stood up there and did this. He's done it twice already. Like, when are we going to say this is enough with Mitch? But that's another subject.
Talk to me. Do we have our rants? We have our weekly
Oh, wait
rants.
a second.
Oh, okay.
Listen, Dawn got me a little bit of gift. I did not go to the festival. What festival was this?
It was the Centenera Festival at the M Resort. It was awesome. It's epic every single year. It's for, not just for Italian people, but it is an Italian festival where you get awesome Italian food. This is not a paid partnership, but the food was actually really good. The desserts are good, and it's a bunch of everybody, but mostly Italian people and old school Italian people from the East Coast. So you hear all your accents. Everyone sounds like you.
Everyone sounds
and
like
they
me.
all sound like you. Yeah.
Well, listen, I just want to show this. I'm going to put it on the side. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
I'm definitely going to use it a prop in my TikTok videos.
Yeah.
I'll put it over here. And then we can get in our rants, right?
Yes. Okay. So tell me, what do you got this week for
All
your
right.
rants?
It's
Okay.
Danny's rant of the week. Last week, well, we missed last week. We were both sick.
Yeah.
But now, 2 weeks ago, we ranted about the big truck guys.
Yeah.
Right? The broom, 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 right?
I was just
right?
going to say the
They,
vroom, vroom,
they
vroom.
put their big tires on. They back in the parking spots. They tail ya. They like to go out and look at their truck because they're D-bags.
Yeah.
Remember? We
Yeah.
talked about this. Well, it's costly to be a D-bag nowadays because them trucks are expensive.
Right.
So you got to realize that you're paying like a $1,500 a month car payment, about $800 to $900 a month for gas in that truck. So they want to be a D-bag so much, they'll pay $2,500 a month to prove they're a D-bag. And be proud of it. Look at this, man. I'm driving my big truck. Broom, broom, broom. Like, I just don't get it. Like, I see them on the highway. It's like my pet peeve. Like, I can't stand it. I can't stand it. And these guys are like, brrr. They can't even make turns anymore. It's like a tractor trailer. Like, how big are we going to let them make these trucks?
I'm not gonna lie to you. All last week and into this week, I kept seeing the D-bag trucks, and I'm like, oh, there's another one, and there's
God.
another, and there's another one. And I didn't break it down financially the way that you did, but I did look at them, and I thought to myself, I wonder, Danny is right. There's nothing in the back of this truck. They're just waiting for somebody to move.
That's it.
I thought that was hysterical. They
Yes.
bought the truck to wait for a friend in 5 years from them to
Yes.
ask them to move.
Yes.
Yeah. And I'm like, there's nothing. These back of the trucks are immaculate. All
Yes.
they're doing is just taking up space in traffic.
Yes.
So I saw so many of this week.
Yeah.
You know, when like you talk about
Yeah.
something and you start seeing it all over the place.
Yeah.
And then the motorcycles as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, could you imagine? I sold cars. Okay, my
Okay.
father. Them trucks are expensive.
Yeah.
If you're not paying cash, your payment's like $1,500, $1,600 a month, plus gas is probably $1,000 in one of them things. So you get to drive 10 miles and you have to stop at a gas station. 10 more miles. But guess what? You proved to us you're a D-bag and you go broom, broom with your truck. We all see you. Congratulations.
Okay. See, Danny, as we go, I get the rant and I understand, but it's been like 4 to 6 weeks in a row. We've hated on specific groups, but no, not even just the D-bags that drive the trucks. We're going to have dealerships on us now. Now they're like, oh, there goes Danny again, a rant. And
They're the
there's always
biggest scams, dealerships. Oh my God. I
Jesus.
gotta get
We
it.
hate the police. We hate the police. We can't stand anyone in politics. D-bags that drive big trucks, and now car dealerships.
But
What
listen,
else you got for us?
Well,
Danny?
here's the
Who
other
else do
thing.
you
We
hate?
talked about the big trucks last week, Don.
Yeah.
Me and you got blamed for being Biden voters because we didn't like the big trucks.
Did you see that?
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
that was great.
I must be a,
that
I
was
must
so
be a
great.
Biden voter because
Yeah.
I don't like big trucks. No, I don't like big trucks up my butt when I'm driving down the road going broom, broom, broom because somehow they were hurt feelings when they
I
were
just
a kid.
don't even understand how they went to we must have it was I think a female and she goes they must have voted for Biden. How did she even can you explain that to me because I kind of didn't understand.
Anything you do anymore is about politics. People with the big trucks and the flags on their car, of course, are Republicans. So they just feel that they're Trumpers. So we're picking on Trumpers.
We
by
are
going-
not picking on Trump. No way in the world am I picking on Trump. But
If you knew me, that was a bad comment. If you think I voted for Biden,
yeah.
I
saw
voted
that.
for Trump 4 times.
And I saw that though, and I thought actually that makes sense because I thought she was saying like we were a little foo-foo. You know, like you know what I mean? Like we didn't like the big, and I'm like, no, that's not even what they're just annoying and gas guzzling, and they're bad for the environment, and they're not gluten free. I mean, I'm just kidding.
Right.
We're not foo-foo. So anyway, yeah. And then I had to do this. So I kind of looked up who she was, and her name was like kind of cute. It was like something mom or whatever. And then I looked, and she's like this cute lady, and I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna give you a shout out for sharing your opinion. No, I didn't vote for Biden. But yeah, I was gonna be nice to
The funny thing is saying I voted for Biden. No, I didn't. I'm just saying, somebody seeing my videos and thinking I voted for Biden, I don't know how they would think that.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Maybe she should come on the show.
But you know what?
Come on the show. You can.
Oh
talk
yeah,
to
we'll get
us.
somebody on the show.
Yeah,
That'd
absolutely.
be great. Especially if you don't like us. That'd even be better.
No, I know.
Yeah.
I invited a bunch of people off of Instagram.
All right.
They had a word to say about my hair color not matching. Like, so, my God, this week has been nuts. And I'm like, you guys do not tap my self-esteem at all, just so you know. But if you want to come on and say it to my face, not like oh, I won't fight you, but like to say it to my face how you really feel. Come on the show. You're more than welcome. Haters are fans. Love you guys.
We're gonna even get more with this next rant.
All right, Danny has got another rant. What do we have?
All right, this is the rant for this week. Now, you're going to definitely know I didn't vote for Biden after this. I want to know how there's different rules for the Democratic Party, and then the rest of us go by something else. So you got the Democratic Party who could do anything. I don't know if you know this. They didn't want to vote on the shutdown. They were having a vote on the shutdown.
Yeah.
So this one Democrat senator, he decided, listen, I don't want to vote on this. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to effing pull the fire alarm. Boom, he pulls the fire alarm in the White House.
You're kidding.
I mean, not the White House, the Capitol.
You're kidding.
No, he pulled the fire alarm.
So we're going back to 7th grade, where you don't want to go to social studies, so you pull the fire
Yes,
alarm
that's
to get
what
out.
he did, like a little child. And here's the thing. If me and you did that, we'd be in jail right now.
Oh, yeah.
We'd be in federal
yeah.
prison. But no, this guy, they laughed off. You know what he said? No. Oh, I thought it opened the door. Come on. How old are you? You're like 50 years old. You just found out that the red effing box is to open a door?
The fire alarm opens
Come on.
the door? Okay.
I'm sorry.
Where
that
it
pisses
says
me off.
fire?
Yes.
Yeah, it says fire, not open. Come on,
Yes.
get it together.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, the Democratic Party, this is the only problem I have with you. And I said I'm 60% Republican, 40% Democrat. You guys lie. And your audience freaking believes it. Like AOC's like, yeah, he thought that opened the door. He thought that opened the door. What am I, stupid? He thinks the red fire alarm opened the door. I mean, come on, folks. We're not dumb. Maybe your followers are, but I'm not. Okay? I know he pulled the damn fire alarm. And he should be in federal prison for it.
I love us, Danny, and I love what we do, and I love that we're no meds. But
Yes.
if you keep this up, you're going to need some sort of anxiety medicine or something. You're going to, like, blow a freaking gasket over these people. He pulled the fire alarm. That was so uncool. That was so 7th grade.
Yes.
But don't stroke out over his fire alarm.
Don, but if me and you did that,
Oh, we'd be in jail.
and the reason people say, you only pulled the fire alarm, do you realize that you
Can you do that again?
you only pulled the fire alarm.
I love that shit.
I mean-
because those are great memes when they just like, and then
Listen,
what is Danny talking
and
about?
then I'm going to have them everybody running around, oh, he only pulled the fire alarm with their purple hair and everything. I can't take it. I can't take it. Don, I can't
Got
take
it
it.
back up. What purple hair? What is-
Listen, you know what I'm saying.
I
And I can pick a Democrat out, but 5 miles from me. I can say, yep, that person's a Democrat. They're 100% progressive
don't.
Democrat.
He's officially trying to get us canceled because, like, in the past, I'd like, oh, he's dropping too many bombs. He's getting canceled. I love the show. Don't get us canceled. But production, him and production are in this shit together. She's back there. She thinks everything he says is hysterical. I'm getting a bad name. You should see how much hate I'm getting on media. I'm just kidding. I love it.
Listen, I don't
Who
like.
else do we hate? I don't like. This is your thing. I don't like.
I hate Jimmy Kimmel. I hate that guy. But go ahead.
I worked with Jimmy Kimmel for years. Why do you hate him? Him and Ashton, you're killing my people. Why do you hate Ashton? Why do you hate Jimmy?
I
Kimmel?
hate Jimmy Kimmel and I hate Howard Stern. And I'm going to tell you why. Own what you did. Own what you did. Jimmy, we know where you came from. I watched The Man Show. I'm a man. I saw you have girls jumping on a trampoline, right? And you did that all the right here in your pockets and get you on the Tonight Show. But now you're holier than now. I'm Mr. Woke Man. Look at me. I'm Jimmy Kimmel. I'm holier than now. You ran the damn Man Show. You had girls jump on a trampoline for fun. Don't pull your BS with me. I did a video like that. It went viral on TikTok about it.
That's hysterical. That's actually hysterical. But what about human change, Danny? What about if he...
Oh, that's what people say. Oh, he knew he was wrong. Listen. Okay, I get it. He knew he was wrong. Okay, now he's changed his whole life. But don't act like you've never done this and like, oh my God, what happened there?
Yeah.
Did Donald Trump say that? Get out of here, Jimmy. Get out of here. You make me sick. And Howard Stern, you made a living making fun out of people that are slow. You would bring people on and make fun out of them, and you would harass and sexually harass women. That was your whole damn show. But no, Howard Stern, I'm woke. We know who you are, Howard. You're a horrible person. And you've always been, and you're even worse now. Okay, I'm done.
Again, not paid partnership. No, nobody asked us to say this, talk about this, or anything like that. And then the crazy producer won't even edit this shit. She'll just let it ride because they're both insane.
Don, he made a living. He came out today and said, he came out last week, I'm woker. I'm the biggest woke man around. Because you don't want to get canceled, Howard. That's why you know they'll come at you. When you did millions of things to get canceled, he would bring people, handicapped people on the show and make fun out of them.
I do.
He would have people on the show every week and make fun of me, sexually harass women. And all of a sudden now, we're going to ignore he did that? I'm not ignoring you did it. I know who you are. And I know who Jimmy Kimmel is too.
So, no meds. Danny? I'm licensed. I think we might need something. Maybe
My daughter's a
once
therapist.
a day.
My daughter's a therapist.
Maybe
she
day.
can
Something
put a
light.
script in for me or
Yeah.
something.
Nothing to totally soothe and calm you, but just to get you so you're
Here's
not...
the thing. I could be that aggravated and go right back to laughing and cool.
I know.
again.
That's what makes me think sometimes, like, the DSM, I have to go in there and I say, oh my God, is he diagnosable? Because I will watch him go from, like, 0, just normal, the camera's not even rolling, up at 100, then he's back down, and then he's, like, on commercial break, like, yeah, everyone, like, when I'm like, oh my God, like, red face, everything goes away. Like,
Yeah.
that might be a little bit...
It
We should
probably is.
talk about it. I mean, he said, I'm good.
Listen, I just say what everybody else wants to say, but they
No,
won't say.
you know what? You're
Because they're
absolutely
afraid
right.
to say it. But I told you last week, I don't care if you try to cancel me. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm uncancelable. I'm going to eat for the rest of my life.
I like that. Let's do Dawn and Danny uncancelable. Because, you know what, I mess with Danny a lot, and I'm always like, Danny, you're so harsh, this and that. I equally don't give a shit as much as he doesn't give a shit. I'm just behaving myself, but I equally don't care. I say things, and I call it completely out of pocket daily, on the daily, and people that work with me in my industry especially say, did you really just say that? And I said, yes, I'm a truth teller. It's so much easier to just tell the truth and say how you feel and let people hate you. I'm cool with all the hate. I'm cool. Like, I don't
Because
really
we
care.
all grew up, everyone in this room grew up like sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me. But for now, names throw bricks on your heads, for Christ's sake.
It is true. It is so easy these days.
These days, they have their feelings. They're hiding in
Yeah.
the corner. Oh my God, did he say that? They're peeing their pants in the corner. Come on, get stronger, America.
Do you know, he's just telling America to toughen up. That's
Toughen
what it
up,
is, toughen
America.
up. When I work with a lot of young people in their early 20s and stuff. Do you know they have to tell me what's appropriate and what's not appropriate? I will be like, no, that girl, that's blah, blah, blah. And I'll just use a description name of something. And it's nothing racist. It's
Right.
nothing. It's just the way I see and view that person. And they're like, you can't say that. I'm like, what do you mean I can't say that? You can't say that to that girl. That's not how you talk. And I'm like, oh, there's a whole new language that I don't know about that I'm not allowed to say. I offend people on the regular, and you know what? I don't care. Like you said, I don't
care
I'm going
either.
to say what's in my heart. I'm going to say what's in my head and what I think is right. All right.
It's not my problem, it's your problem.
Yeah.
It is. If you don't like what I say, that's your problem. It's not my problem.
That's psychological projection. Danny, we didn't talk about this last time. We brought it up.
This is
and then-
probably our last show.
No, it probably is. If it is, God, I love you. Keep hating. We'll see. We'll be around doing something else crazy together. We'll figure out how to offend
I
somebody.
just hate lies, that's it.
Yeah. No, lies are not good.
No.
Lies are not good. It's so much easier just to tell the truth, be transparent. My feelings have gotten hurt. Are you kidding me? You guys are so transparent with me. The stuff I read, about myself, I'm
me
I'm
too.
cool with it. So I could bring it right back, Okay. We had a conversation, and then we never got there because our time ran out because we were running our mouths that day. We were Dawn and Danny Run the Mouth Day.
Okay.
Trans people.
Yes. Now she wants to get us canceled.
No, I don't. I just have to know because we kind of tapped into it a little bit. I have a strong view, and I just want to know your view before I open up my mouth to this.
I think we talked a little bit about this. I started following that one guy that was a wrestler that became trans.
Yes, we both follow her. Yes,
Yeah,
I love her.
And I'll be honest with you, she made so much sense when she talked. Because she said, and this is what she said, because she used to be a big, huge wrestler, like one of them, am I right? One of the WWF wrestlers
She
or
was
something like that?
honestly 300 pounds,
Yeah.
massive, ripped to shit.
Muscles,
300
yeah.
pounds, yes.
Long hair, like
a dude's dude.
like a big,
Yes.
biker kind of
Yes.
person,
Yes.
right? And she transitioned, and the way she talked was amazing. It made me start following her because she said, listen, I don't expect you to understand why I did this because I don't really know why I did it. It's just a feeling that I felt like I should do this. You know what I mean? So she goes, when people don't understand it, I get it. I understand why you don't understand. You know, and honestly, it made me follow her because she explained it so well. She didn't say, this is it, and just, digest this. She explained it in a way that, you know what, I understand. And I'm glad for her.
Yeah.
I'm glad that she did this. She wasn't happy like that.
100%. I know who you're talking about. I watch her. I follow her. I agree. She's getting her divorce. I agree from that woman. Beautiful couple. I agree with you 100% on that. The other area where I'm not okay with.
Me neither. I know what you're going to say.
I know it's, and I want to just put it out there right now. Again, not a paid partnership. I am 100% for gays, lesbians, LGBT community. 100%. You want to be trans, you bi, whatever you are, I accept you. Green, purple, orange. I accept your sexuality, whatever it is for you. Whatever you want to be called. You can be called a cat, a kitten, a they, a them. Maria's a teacup. I mean, whatever we can call. Whatever.
I'm lasagna. I like lasagna.
You're lasagna.
Yeah.
All right, I'm calling you lasagna. I identify as she, her, me, it. Okay, anyway, my whole point is, I don't care what you are sexually. And I'm not even going to go and be one of those people that say, I don't care what you do in the bedroom. It's not even that. Just sexually, I don't care who you are and what you are. But what I do care about is the safety of our children in America, 1. 2, the safety in people in sports. Okay.
Yes.
There's a lot that goes on that I think America needs to open up their minds and understand. We accept myself and I think Danny accept trans people, LGBTQ 100%. But when it comes to our children and it comes to sports and it comes to things that just aren't fair, they're things that need to be discussed. And I'm not targeting any one group by any means. Tell me your thoughts.
The sports thing's ridiculous. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. It's ridiculous. Listen, we could say that women can compete with men, but the truth is they can't.
They can't.
Sports-wise. And I hate saying it, but it's the truth. Men have more muscles. It's just a fact. We were born with more muscles. That's
your body.
Yes.
Your body was born and raised to protect, to provide, to help a woman. That's what we are physically designed for. You are bigger than me.
Right.
I can try to fight you and I have muscles and I'm tough. You are going to kick my butt no matter what. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's just the way it is. So you cannot expect someone that is physically born a man with their muscle and their DNA to compete against somebody even just
I agree
smaller
with you.
than
them.
them.
And I'm going to give you an example, Don. Like, take the USA girls soccer team.
Sure.
Fantastic. They've won gold medals. They did everything right. They played a 15-year-old boys' high school team, and the boys' high school team killed them.
Yeah.
It's just the difference. Men are faster, and it's because we have more muscle. That's it. And the thing is, you get a 200-pound man, right? 200-pound man, you get a 200-pound woman. That man's going to look smaller than her because he's he's muscle.
Yes.
Muscle is so that's why when you see a 200-pound man standing next to a 200-pound woman, there's a huge difference.
Absolutely.
A huge difference. The woman's going to look like she's overweight. The man's not. It's muscle weight. And I don't get people not understanding that.
Absolutely.
And if I had a daughter, my daughter was into sports, my youngest one, I'd be pissed.
Yeah. Well, there's
be
something else.
pissed.
When we come back from commercial break, we have to take a 2-minute break. But when we come back from commercial break, I have a story. I don't even know if you've heard about this because I haven't seen it on your TikTok yet. But something happened to a young lady in a bathroom with a trans. Did you see it? Okay. So when we come back right after commercial break, I am going to go over this with you guys, let you guys know what happens. And please, guys, keep an open mind to this. If you hate what we're saying, write in. Let us know about it. If you agree with us, write in. Let us know about it. We want to know what you feel. I'm just giving opinions, guys. We'll be right back.
Traditional TV is going away. Hollywood is starting to fade. I People are demanding real stories from real people. Our voices are now being heard in our own way. Podcasts, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok Live are becoming the norm. Internet TV has now reached the highest demand in human history. Social media shows is now the new media of the century.
It's a tough market. We get it. Home inventory is at an all-time low. It's a seller's market, and cash buyers have the advantage. Recently, cash buyers made up more than a quarter of all home purchases. But we have the solution. New American Funding's Buyer Accepted program allows your buyers to compete with all cash offers by becoming cash buyers themselves. Here's how it works. Buyer Accepted LLC, an affiliated company of New American Funding, will purchase your buyer's new home with cash and sell it back to them for the original purchase price, plus a fee that can be added to the purchase of the home once they secure mortgage financing with New American Funding. The best part is that they don't need to sell their current home first. This is a true cash offer. Clients who use our Buyer Accepted program can secure financing using a conventional loan and even VA. Plus, there are no fees for agents and no sacrificing commissions. Buyer Accepted even offers a free 1-hour certification course that will make you the expert. You want to close more deals and help more clients? New American Funding's Buyer Accepted program is the answer.
Welcome back, Vegas Views. Dawn Sullivan, Danny Miner, some meds possibly. We'll talk about it after. I might be diagnosing with
Again,
Danny
this might be our
today.
last show, but it was a good one.
Yeah, it was a good one. It worked out. Okay, guys. So what we were just talking about is trans people in the United States. And Danny, you want to go ahead and shoot? Did you see that thing on that girl that went into the bathroom?
Yeah, I didn't.
Okay.
What caused it? Do you know? Basically, what happened was a girl was beaten in the girls' bathroom in a high school.
Yes.
Do you know? Do you remember
Oh, we're
where?
talking about two different stories.
Oh.
Okay, yes.
Maybe we are. Go ahead.
I know what you're talking about. Okay, so a girl was beaten in the bathroom, and there was a trans person involved with that, and it was a male transitioning into female and beat her really bad. And, whipped her ass.
Yes.
And wouldn't have been able to do that if they were female. And so that's one thing. Okay, there's another thing. A little girl, I think she was like 10 years old, went into a bathroom, and a woman followed her in from what her dad was seeing. A woman had followed her into the bathroom. It wasn't a woman. It was a trans man, and was sitting there undressing the little girl when the kid was taking too long in the bathroom. The dad went into the woman's bathroom saying, calling the kid's name. The kid's not coming. And the trans man, that is a woman, now transitioning, has breasts, boob job, the whole nine, is trying to undress that kid. So now they're saying, how does that work? Like, how does that work, America? Are you safe with leaving your 7, 8, 9, 10-year-old little girl going into a bathroom? Danny, I know that you have that kind of background, in law enforcement and stuff, but tell me, if that was your daughter?
I'm going to jail.
Yeah.
I'm going to jail. 100% I'm going to jail.
They made memes about it, and I don't want to laugh about this, but I'm putting it out there because I have to, because I have a sick sense of humor. Anyone that truly knows me knows that, it's not funny, but the meme says this. She identified as a female. The child's dad identified as the tooth fairy. And, seriously beat this woman, beat this trans girl to death. I don't care what you do sexually. I don't care what you think you are. I don't care what kind of surgeries you get and what kind of body you have. Don't mess with kids in America.
Right.
No matter what. That's the biggest thing. Don't. This sex trafficking is out of control in this city and all over America. That is one thing. Now we have to worry about bathrooms, little girls, and men that are dressed up as women. Now, and this isn't directed at the trans people. This is directed at now men dressing up as women to then commit crimes.
Yes.
So it's getting a little bit crazier than we were even thinking. Most people were like, oh, I don't want my, closed-minded people. I don't want my daughter in a bathroom, or son in a bathroom with someone that may be trans because they have those body parts. Now taking it a little further, people dressing just in trans just to get children.
Right.
That's where like the line is being crossed in the country. Something needs to be done. So listen, you guys might hate us. You guys might think Danny's out of control and we're loudmouths, which we are, whatever. Please get on our side with this, and whatever you do. If you see something, say something. If something's going on with a kid that you see and something doesn't look right and you see someone kind of trans with a kid and or something's just make that call. Call the police, call 311, call 911, report this stuff, because if we report this stuff, something will be done about it. If not, then we're just letting it happen. You're just letting it happen at that point.
I mean, here's the thing. We got to use some common sense here, all right? With the sports thing, honestly, why don't we just have a trans division, right?
Yeah.
So you have men, women, and a trans division. This is simple. I got another thing. Let's go to 3 bathrooms.
Absolutely.
Or
well,
something like that.
They're starting to do that, but now they didn't do what you're saying, go to 3 bathrooms. They did go to 3 bathrooms, but it's common bathroom now.
Right.
Man, woman, common.
Right.
They should have, like common say, if you're transgender,
Yeah.
please use this bathroom.
Yes.
Don't give everyone a choice.
Right.
Now it's just you're giving everyone a choice. That's
Right.
just not okay for...
But I mean, the sports thing...
Yeah.
It's a no-brainer. If you've seen oh my gosh, the tennis player Serena Williams and her sister.
Her sister.
They did an interview with her. She was the best women's tennis player
Absolutely.
ever. I don't think anybody will ever be better than them 2 girls. Them 2 girls were the best. I watched the documentary with the movie about her father. It was awesome.
Yeah.
The movie was awesome.
Yeah.
Everything was great. She was on a podcast and she said, she can't play a man. She played a man, I think, that was like ranked 500.
Yeah.
And he killed her.
Yeah. This is a perfect example you're using, Danny, because you see her size and the shape that woman is in. She is in some good shape. She's 90% muscle.
Yes.
She's a big chick, and she's still getting her ass beat by a dude.
And she admits it. She said, I can't beat a guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She admits it.
It is the same exact thing as if you and I went for 1 year and said, let's have a bodybuilding competition. Regardless, you would be able to lift heavier than me no matter what.
Yes.
No matter what, you'd be able to lift heavier than me. You're a man.
And the other thing is, a lot of people don't understand, even weight loss. It's even harder for women to lose weight as men. Men will cut out soda, lose 10 pounds.
Yep.
Right? A woman will lose a half a pound. A man will lose
Absolutely.
10 pounds. Because women and it's a medical thing, women keep weight on them because they have to have babies and everything.
Yeah.
Really, God didn't care if we die. He wants to make sure the women are still there. That's why God don't care. We can lose weight. We can take out soda. You guys keep the weight. Because you have to have babies and everything.
Yeah.
And
then hormonally, it is actually good for women to have body fat on their body.
I believe it,
for us hormonally, without any body fat, that is not good.
Yeah.
That's not good.
And I'll be honest, and we're getting into another subject,
Yeah,
but it is harder for a woman.
Oh my God.
In this social media, this TV business, everything. Because we were talking before the show. I get a lot of heat from my voice and everything else, but they never pick on my looks. They're like, Danny, you got so many wrinkles. Or never. I've never got one thing about my looks. Not one person ever made fun of my looks. But women I see on there, they go right after.
I'm going to be honest with you. I am not knocking your level of talent by any means. I'm a talent agent, for God's sake. I'm not knocking your level of talent. You're funny. You're hysterical. You're informative. 90% of the followers that follow you that are female, it's because you're good looking. This is how he gets them. He rolls them in by this. I'm going to tell you Danny's secret, okay? 1, he's loud as shit. So his Instagram is like, it's loud. It's out there. You can't help but to look. But then you go like this, and he fixes the picture a little bit, right? And then he just comes at them like all smooth, like singing songs and shit. And then like they get like, here's like, oh, he's good looking. And that's the first thing a woman does. She sees a good looking guy. She's like, I'm gonna follow him. And then they get to know you. And then they're like, oh, all right, all right.
And then I put the blue eye filter on.
Yeah.
When the blue eye, listen, my oldest daughter's like, Dad, you embarrass me. Because when the blue eye filter comes on, I kind of embarrassed to do it too, but I do it.
No, it looks so good. Me and our production manager, she loves it. She's like, Danny, with the blue eyes again. I know. I love it. Is the cute. We love you when you do, and when you sing, it's the cutest. It's like I think for us, it's like maybe like a mommy thing. It's like, oh, he's being quiet. Good. Let the baby be quiet for a minute.
But I mean, I do have 70% of my followers are women.
Yeah.
Which I'm shocked about.
Yeah.
I really am. But women do like true crime.
No, they do.
They do.
I
mean,
do.
Women are.
I have not met a woman in like 5-6 years that hasn't been like, oh, I love true crime.
Yeah.
It is a thing. And I think for us too, it's about educating us on the truth behind these crimes.
Yeah.
Like you had said something to me. I'm not kidding. When I had first met you, and it's so valuable to me, you said to me, Dawn, I wouldn't worry so much. No one's going to jump out of the bushes. There's no spooky guy.
Yeah.
Be careful of the people that you know.
Yes.
Be careful maybe
That's
of
the
someone
truth.
that you met that's a weirdo or
Yeah.
something, you know, and ever since then, I've always felt like, all right, you know, I'm not walking around blind by no means, but it does make me feel better. There's not going to be a scary dude in the bush.
Right. That's a 0.5%.
Yeah.
I always go mathematical.
So now instead, like every person that I meet, I'm like, oh, you're a psycho. I'm not saying the same thing as you. Are you kind of crazy? You know?
It's true, though.
Yeah, no, I know.
And-
How sad is that, though, that most of the time that a woman is murdered, raped, and anything like that,
Knows
it
the
is
person.
someone they know.
Yeah,
That's
I mean,
so scary. So
it really is.
You look at your group and you're like, like if I look back at my group right now, I'm like, who could it be?
Yeah.
You know, like if someone's gonna get me, who could it be? Yeah.
And you know what? Sometimes I really think my girlfriend hates men. Maybe it's because she dates me. But this is what she says. Women like true crime because they're always the victim. So they got to know what's going on. They're always the victim of these crimes. And she said, ready this? She said, we have to marry our natural predator, who is men. We have to marry the person that murders us all the time.
Okay, guys, that makes so much sense.
Like the
Olivia,
mouse doesn't have to marry the cat.
Right. No, that's a t-shirt. I'm getting it. The mouse doesn't have to marry the cat. Oh my God, that's our next t-shirt. I'm doing it. We're going to start selling merch.
Yes.
Seriously, that's hysterical. But it's true. We're marrying our natural predator.
That's what she said. We have to
It's
marry our
so
natural predator.
true.
We don't know if this man's going to kill us because our deaths are mostly in the hands of men.
Yeah.
Could you imagine?
I am imagining it as you're saying it. That's insane, and it's so true. And then the scary thing about that is it is so true. If you're coming across so many people like in your lifetime or even in your month, your day, your year, what type of work you do, if you're around a lot of people, you're just exposing yourself. They say, 1 in 10 have sociopathic behaviors, tendencies. Not that they'll go and do something about it, but 1 in 10, that means if I met 20 people in a day, which I do, I'm out and about, I meet 20 people in a day, 2 of those people might just slit my throat.
Oh my God. That's a scary thing to think of. And you know what, Don, the other thing about, like I said, you guys have to worry about it all the time.
All the constant.
All the time.
It's
and like,
constant.
I walk out, I do stuff, and I never have to worry. I'm not thinking I'm going to get abducted. I'm not thinking someone's going to murder me. I never have that fear.
So let me ask you a question, seriously. Walking out of your house or driving away from your home or whatever, do you have like the safety checks first or no?
No.
Or,
Now, if I'm leaving a casino and I want to, at poker, yeah, I'm looking over my shoulder as I'm walking to the car. But 9 times out of 10, I'm not worried that I'm going to get mugged or anything.
no? Nothing. See, for women, I don't know, maybe it's just me, and I'm from New York, slightly paranoid too, and I just, self-love. I don't want anything to happen to myself. So I have like the safety check, pull out of the garage, make sure this is right, make sure no one's there. I mean, I'm a little bit overboard, to be honest with you. I got the mace and the gun and the whole, I'm like ready at all times. I got like an alarm that'll like sounds, a rape whistle, like all of it. I'm ready. Like I'm ready. But you know what my therapist tells me? She literally says like, oh, you'd be the terrible victim they don't want to.
Oh,
like,
you would be.
No,
I
oh,
wouldn't
yeah.
have done
Oh,
you.
no,
You'd be beating us
Oh,
up.
oh, hell yeah.
You're
Oh,
fighting
yeah.
all of it, and you have to be honest with
Yeah?
you.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what's part of my crime
Well,
prevention.
you taught me something. Well, yeah, when I had asked you once something about, I asked you, and you had taught me something very valuable. I always thought, all right, if someone hops into my truck and they put a gun here,
Hit a car.
hit a car.
Yes.
Before that, that was one of my fears. If you pop in my car and you put a gun here, I'm going to just go and kind of comply. I don't want to get my guts shot out. But you said something. They're a little nervous. They don't want to commit that crime right there because they don't want to get caught.
Yeah.
So go someplace where there are people, get into a
Yes.
car accident, go ram. At this point, oh man, I was just going to say something foul. I'll ram an old lady. Just kidding.
Sorry, I ran her over.
Sorry, I had to run her. I mowed her
She
down.
only broke her hip. She's good.
Yeah, I had a gun to my hip. I had to do it. Danny told me.
No, Don, that's
but
what you
for
have to
real.
do. Yeah.
No, but for real, you taught me so many good things. We should bring this back a lot for the
Yeah.
women because sometimes I feel like, always we get off of topic and
Somehow we got on this from Howard Stern.
this is real. This is real. Monitored ADHD though. I don't have ADHD. Danny has ADHD. This is monitored ADHD. I'm dragging the conversation
Yes.
in one way. This
She
is
has
what
to
I'm doing.
keep me online.
Yes,
Like
and then-
anytime I go this way.
Yeah, there's this guy and we hold this audition for this thing and he does the show, the movie you just mentioned. and he does the script from that.
Oh, okay.
And it was like insane.
American Psycho?
Yes.
Oh, wow,
And
okay.
this kid's a good actor. He's young. He's in his mid-20s. He's a good actor. And my makeup artist, he leaves. My makeup artist turns to me and she goes, like, is that real? Is he okay? And I am around acting and psychology and all of it. And I look and I was like, that's diagnosable. And I was able to tell through his acting. I'm like, there was a little too much real in there. There was a little too much real in there. So I'm not kidding. This is how psychologically aware I am. I'll know. And somebody will like do something. And I'm like, oh, no, that's not right. No, that's not acting. No, he's ready. He's going to slice somebody up. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Or if someone's way too nice. Those are the ones that get me too. You ever have someone way too nice?
Oh,
that's
yeah.
Not, yeah.
And they just want to talk to you, and they're really nice to you, and they're right in your face. Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah. Why are you so nice? There's a reason. God made us all nice and great and this and that, but life hands us whatever it hands us. By the time you're 30, you should be warped. Like, I'm not kidding. Some crazy shit should have happened to you by 30 years old, so you're a little bit messed up.
Yeah,
so if you're coming off that nice and crazy, no,
I'm definitely messed up.
Oh, God. Yeah, Danny. But it's such a good mess up.
It is.
But
there is nothing hidden in my life. Nothing.
I'm a transparent person.
I hide nothing. If there's something bad in my life, I'm going to tell you.
I wasn't always that way. Were you always this way?
Yeah.
See, I wasn't. I used to be a hider and a liar. I would hide my emotions, hide my feelings. I wouldn't tell. When I got comfortable with exactly who I am, then my life started being completely transparent. I'm an open book. I'll tell you how it is. Back then, I tried to like, no, let's smooth things over. Like, no. I wasn't like that. But it is freeing being the way we are.
Right.
It is freeing. Just this is what it is. Good, bad, or ugly. It is what it is.
My dad used to say this to me. My poor dad. Because he dealt with me and my mom. Me and my mom were basically the same person. Yeah. And my dad was this quiet guy. He would say, just shut your mouth. It's real easy. Just shut your mouth. Why do you have to get the last word and just shut your mouth? Why can't you shut your mouth? That's what he always tell me.
You just couldn't.
No, I couldn't. He's like, it's real easy. Watch. Just sit here and not say nothing. I said, I can't. He's like, you have to. He's like, you just got to learn to shut your mouth, you tell me.
One of my business partners reminds me, we are so alike, Danny. One of my business partners, Natalie, she'll say to me, she'll look at me and she'll be like, seriously, Dawn, I have like 3 minutes. That's it. Because she knows if she lets me go along, I'm going to tell her the entire story. I'm going to tell her dragged out. I won't stop talking, especially if I'm mad about something. I'll get the point across, and then I'll go for another half an hour on my rant on how I feel about the situation. So she'll literally look at me and go, 3 minutes, Dawn, that's all I have for you. I'm sorry, 3 minutes, yeah. She'll cut me off instead of just telling me. See? Production just did it.
We're not done yet, are we?
No.
Oh, good. My gosh, I still got a lot to say.
I can see it. It's brewing.
You know what about, we're getting back to Italians, too.
Oh, yeah.
Listen to this. This is the other thing I noticed about Italians. We don't leave a room. Like when we say goodbye, it takes us a half hour to say goodbye. We'll be like, all right, I'll see you later. Oh, wait a second. Let me tell you, we're going to go eat. And then, all right, I'll see you. And then, oh, wait a second. And the Italians come back again.
Wait, we do this thing too where we constantly make plans when we leave each
other.
Oh, we got to get on the boat again at Lake
Yeah.
And we got to have that meeting.
And we always procrastinate.
And we got to.
Yes.
No, but that's a whole thing. When you're leaving someone, it's hard to leave.
Yes.
My whole family is like that.
I'm the same way. I remember I'd go to my parents' house, talk to them, and I would try to leave, and I'd get to the kitchen, I wouldn't leave, and go back. Like, Italians don't leave. It's hard to leave for some reason. I do the same thing.
Yeah. I think also that is an ADD thing, too. I think you're never done. You always have to say more. You're never finished. Like, you just got to be like, You
know what? And we'll talk about ADHD when we come back. I got some stuff to say about that.
Okay. He definitely has some stuff to say about ADHD, I promise. Guys, tune back in. We'll be right back to you.
The year is 2980, and we now know that death is not the end. A soul can be extracted from the recently deceased and be used to create a blue liquid called essence. It can bring a person back to life.
We'll get her back.
I hope so.
It's an expensive process used by the rich and powerful. The rest, they do what they can to survive.
Stay right there.
You told me you're hiding from some dangerous people.
Let's knock on the door. I spent the last year searching for the Deep Star, a bounty so big that the entire galaxy could be yours.
People have been looking for the Deep Star for years. They can't be found.
It's because they can't find the distress beacon. I know where it is.
If we find the Deep Star, we could get enough credits to bring Mom back.
Blast off.
Guys, we have company.
You can run, but you cannot hide. Prepare for impact.
I am now authorized to take action.
And now you die.
No!
The year is 2980, and we now know that death is not the end.
Hi, I'm Deacon T with Modern Word Ministries. It's great to be with you today. Just a short little promo for our show. Every Sunday morning we have service, and you can follow us at 10 a.m. Pacific Time on modernwordministries.org. And if you missed us or you want to see some of our older messages, go ahead and check us out on socialmediashows.com every single morning at 9 a.m. It's a great way to kick off your day, get a little bit of the word in you, get something uplifting, get you started off on your way. You know, if you're looking for prayer or you need some help, reach out to us. If you go to our website, again, that's modernwordministries.org, you can interact with me via telephone, via DM, text message, whatever you want. I'll get right back to you. So if you need prayer, you need help, you just need somebody to talk to, Modern Word Ministries is here for you. We are your church in the community. So until you see you next time, be blessed, everybody. Bye-bye.
Got Films is a full-service production company that provides motion picture quality content and production services for use in the film and TV industry. Looking for a seasoned crew, high-quality equipment, or other production services for your film, TV, commercial, corporate convention, sports, news, or interview project? Your search stops here. Some of our projects include NASCAR, American Restoration, Pawn Stars, Counting Cars, Top Chef, BattleBots, Forge and Fire, and Street Outlaws. We have also produced over 60 feature films and documentaries. We're ready for all your needs. Whatever your project, whatever your budget, big or small, Got Films got you. GotFilms.com.
The crazies are back! Don and Danny, and here we go. This might be our last 10 minutes, but it was a great show.
Yes, absolutely.
I don't even remember. Oh, we're talking about ADHD.
ADHD, yes. Okay. So, we've had this conversation before about ADHD, but here, we're going to go again. Danny, please let us pick your mind really quick for those people out there that need some help.
Listen, I grew up, the social media has done a lot for me. I follow a lot of people with ADHD.
Okay.
And it helped me realize that people have the same problems I do. My life was, honestly, you're going to laugh, but my life was difficult because of it. And if you saw, I just did a video yesterday. When I grew up, they didn't know what the hell ADHD was in the 80s, right? They just thought I was a bad kid. Honestly, I was called a bad kid. I was dumb because I didn't study. I didn't want to study. I didn't want to go home and do homework. I didn't want to do anything. With ADHD, if you're not interested in something, you're not interested.
So the turn-off switch happens.
Yes.
Because from patients that I've had and people that I've talked to, they've said that as well. If you are not interested in something, like for me, if I'm not interested and I have to do it, I might procrastinate it and say, I'll do it later.
We'll wait till the last minute.
I'll wait till the last minute, but I'll get it done. I'll make sure it's done. Or in my older years, I'm like, let me get this shit out of the way and I'll do it right away. So if I don't want to do it, it's the first thing I do to get the shit out of my life because I hate it. Whatever, if it's something I really don't like to do.
Right.
Okay. I try to fill my life with things I only like to do, but of course it's life. There's certain things that we have to do. But I have heard from a lot of people that it's almost impossible.
It's impossible.
Like you can't read, like I don't know about you, but I've heard this from other patients. If there's a book about something that you have zero interest, you physically cannot sit there and read it. You can't.
No, I can't do it. There's no way I could read a book that I'm not interested in. I couldn't read a page of it. I couldn't read a page.
See, that's I think how we see the level of ADHD too. Because let's say it's something I had no interest in, but someone said, "Here, don't read this book. You have 3 days to read it. 2 days." I would read the book.
Yeah.
So being that you physically cannot do it, your brain won't allow you to read these words and look at it. You're done.
Yes.
So you have a shut off switch then, like you're shut off.
Yeah. And the one thing I don't have, like a lot of ADHD people have, is being late. I'm not. I'm opposite. I'm a half hour on time usually. You know what I mean? I worked 27 years as a cop. I was never late one day.
Yeah.
I've never been late for work. I'm just that kind of person.
Yeah.
But that is an ADHD trait, being late.
Yeah.
But I don't have that one. For some reason, I'm opposite.
Can I ask you a question? Do you have any OCD traits? Because people with ADD sometimes have, or ADHD sometimes have OCD, because that sounds, being a half an hour early, that sounds like a either really dedicated, so maybe you're just a very dedicated person.
I just don't like being late. It's like, I'd rather be there early and relax, have a coffee or whatever. Like, when I show up here, I go over to Starbucks over here, I get a coffee, I got a cookie before I came over here. So I was probably here a quarter after 11.
I still can't believe that you just said you had a coffee and a cookie. So do you know, for ADHD, a coffee and a cookie, if a patient said to me, Dawn, what can I do? My ADHD's let out of control and I'm spun out, I would say, don't drink coffee and don't eat sugar.
Let me tell you how I medicate myself. You ready?
Jesus.
Marijuana to go to sleep at night.
Okay.
And a pot and a half of coffee a day when I wake up.
You're saying a pot and a half. One pot and a half of pot of coffee, and you'll drink that all day long?
All day.
Do you have heart problems?
Sometimes I'll feel my heart going a little bit. But I had an EKG and all that stuff. They made me run on a treadmill and all that stuff.
So you did a stress test.
I did a stress test.
And you were okay?
I was okay. But I have heart problems in my family.
Yeah, me too.
I
That's so concerning to me that he doesn't, like, him even drinking coffee, that concerns me, with the level of how fast you're already going.
I told you guys the first time I took marijuana, though, right? I did tell you that.
Oh my God, you just say took marijuana. Danny!
Oh.
Fuck. Sorry. He ages us, guys. Guys, if you don't watch the show regularly, when Danny says certain things, I have to kind of get on his ass, because he says things like took marijuana. He's making us old.
I don't smoke it because I don't want to smoke it. I take it.
Say eat it. Don't say take it.
All right, I eat it.
Or it's
I took it, the big thing of grass. I put it right down.
Don't call, oh my God, grass. And let me guess, you didn't change your freaking email yet, right? You're still in an AOL or a Yahoo?
I don't like change.
Danny doesn't like change, and I'm all about evolution and change and staying as young-minded as we could and stuff. You're aging us.
I did tell you the story about when I took marijuana the first time. When I ate marijuana the first time.
Time you ate? No, I never
heard that story? All right, I'll tell you real quick. Of course, I was a cop. I couldn't do marijuana, right? Or eat marijuana, whatever. I don't even know what to say.
You couldn't use it.
I couldn't use marijuana. See? I couldn't use marijuana because I was a cop. So we moved to Vegas. It's legal. So we're like, me and my girl one night, we should try it, right? We're, all right, let's do it, right? So we get on to Planet 13. You know where Planet 13 is? I go to a guy, dude, I have no idea. He goes, well, just take these gummies and you take a half of one, this and that. And I'm like, all right. We go home, me and her, both of us never did it.
Yeah.
Never. You know?
And you'd never even ingested, like smoked, nothing
never.
Back in the day?
I've never smoked marijuana. I never, ever did it. I never did an illegal drug in my life.
Can I tell you something? Yeah. I have never met another human being that's never. No, my brother actually never smoked weed before. No, my brother has never smoked weed before. Okay, so other than you, I had never met another human being who has never done that. That's wild.
That's the truth. I swear to God.
Crazy.
Never did it. Wild. So neither of us did. So we buy it. She takes a gummy. I take a gummy. We take it. We say, let's be what should we say? Outlaws. We're gonna take a full gummy. The guy told us to take a half. We take a full gummy, right? We're sitting there about a half, and the guy said, "Oh, it's gonna take an hour." So we're watching TV. I'm like, "Yo, you feel anything?" She's like, "No." I said, "Me neither." I said, "Maybe we're one of these people and it doesn't work." You know what I mean? Because they say sometimes some
people are resilient to it.
I said, "Let's take one more, right?" Yeah. So we take one more, and I'm sitting there, and I said to her, "I still won't feel this shit, right?" She's going, "Me neither." I said, "Let's take another one." So now we're 3 in for the first time we ever did this.
And what is the time span that you just...
Within an hour, we took 3.
Jesus,
right?
Danny.
Next thing you know, I'm sitting there watching TV. Now, I've never been high a day in my life, okay? All of a sudden, I feel this. Because if you ever used marijuana, it comes on you like a heroin feeling. Like, you know when you see them people shoot it in their vein, they go, That's what marijuana kind of does it. Like, you're like, whoa, there it is. Like, you can feel it when it comes on you, right? And then I kept getting higher and higher. And she kept saying, oh, I don't feel it yet. And I stood up at one point. I'm like, whoa, when does this stop? Because I feel really high, right? I started getting concerned, right? And I look at her, and she's like, I don't feel it. I don't feel it. Within 5 minutes, she starts laughing, and she can't stop. I thought she was gonna like hyperventilate because she was laughing.
That's the best kind of high person.
Yes.
Other ones I can't stop laughing because it's contagious.
And next thing you know, I'm eating mashed potatoes, I'm eating chips, and I'm thinking, this is the greatest thing since sliced bread, man, and I've never stopped since. It's been 5 years. I take it every night.
So now, guys, again, not a paid partnership. I tried to help you guys in the psychology community with people with ADHD, and that's what it is. So you just eat pot every night.
It's the greatest. And it makes everything funny. Like, I throw a comedy show on, I'm laughing. I mean, I love King of Queens.
I love King of Queens.
I love King of Queens, right?
Carrie.
My sisters always say he reminds me. I used to be heavier, so I used to say he reminds me of him.
Oh, I could see that a little bit. Yeah.
So, but I'll laugh at the things. I've watched that 500 times, but I'll still be like hysterical, like it's the first time I ever watched it. It's the greatest thing. Did you ever see Loathing and with Johnny Depp in Vegas?
Yes, yes.
Watch that while you're high. Oh my God, that is the best.
I don't smoke. I don't ingest. I don't eat. Nothing. I don't like marijuana.
I don't know how. It's the greatest thing ever. The
You know
only
what?
thing it does to me.
I don't have the same reaction as you, though.
Really?
No.
I get paranoid though from it. Sometimes I'll get paranoid.
That's what I am, and
I
don't
do
like
get
that
paranoid
feeling.
from it.
No, that's just like a disassociation for me, and I'm too psychological for it. So I'm like, I feel like this is going on. That door moved.
I'll be laying there
Someone's
tonight
watching
saying,
me. I don't like that shit.
I'll be laying there tonight saying, when I'm high, thinking I'll get the paranoids. Oh, we're getting canceled. I shouldn't have said that. We're getting canceled. I shouldn't have said that.
If I smoked or ate marijuana with you guys, I'd be in the blinds, like, oh my God, who's coming? The FBI's on their way. Like, I'm a weirdo. I'm like, so, yeah.
Let me tell you something, and you're going to be shocked at this.
They're not going to be shocked.
Yeah, now that I opened up to marijuana, I've opened up to it because I was fed the lies that we were all told that this was this horrible thing, which it's not, okay? But we were told this. If I was a parent now and I caught my kids with marijuana, I'd be less upset than if I caught them with alcohol.
Oh, absolutely.
They're not going to get hurt on marijuana.
I'm going to agree with you 100% when it comes to alcohol and weed all day long.
Yes.
Alcohol is by far one of the worst things you can ever do to your life, ever. And if I have to be, I'd be a weed rather than an alcohol, but
that's
I do
what
nothing. I'm zero meds. I
don't know how you do that. I have to have
no
meds.
I
have to.
I have Danny.
Could you imagine me without caffeine, without marijuana?
Danny, I just had this conversation with someone the other day. My vices have been cut. As I get older, I keep cutting the vices, and it's easier. Like, so I won't drink. I will never smoke a cigarette. I will never smoke weed. I won't. Yeah, you're vicey like me. You have an addictive personality.
Without a doubt.
Oh, me too.
Without a doubt.
Oh, if I like something too much,
I'm doing it every day.
Every single
I'm going
day.
to get crumble cookies right after this. I got them. I love crumble cookies.
How many days in a row are you on?
Oh my God! Last week I got. You can't. I buy a box of them. But they're so high in calories.
Yeah.
Like one cookie's 800 calories.
That's ridiculous.
So they have like this cutter now that you can cut it into 4 squares, so you're not getting that many calories.
Yeah.
And that's what I do. Like I'll get coffee in the morning. I have a cookie.
You did tell me this too. Now let's tell our public, our audience here. You actually down to eating the same thing every day.
I eat the same thing. That's ADHD too. Yeah.
I know. I have a friend of mine very close to me, and he is addicted to like chocolate milk, cereal,
chocolate pancakes for me.
You like chocolate pancakes? So is that a sugar thing, you think?
I don't know. I got all kind of problems. I feel bad. I feel bad for my parents. Like, listen, my sisters, I have twin sisters. They hated me when I was a kid.
I can't see why.
This is what they would say. They're probably watching too.
Yeah.
They still hate me, right?
Yeah.
Listen, my sisters would be like, they were older than me.
Yeah.
I played football.
Okay.
And my dad would be like Fridays. He'd be like, Danny has a game tonight. Let him lay and let him be quiet. And my sister would be cleaning the house, and I'd be laying on the couch sleeping because I had a football game. You know, I was the captain of our football team. I know I'm small, but I used to be bigger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And my dad would don't bother Danny. He has a game tonight.
So you're kind of like the spoiled one. Everyone walked on eggshells around you to make sure you were okay because you had
and
the
my
ADD,
mom, and my mom,
nobody could figure it out.
You know how mothers are. I mean, My mother, my mother could see me doing something bad on video and say that wasn't me. That's not my Danny.
Oh God.
That's not my Danny.
I know those types.
My mother, she could catch me on camera.
Yeah.
And would say,
yeah,
that's not.
But
my
you know,
Danny.
it's different from men to female too, because my mother was like that with my brother. With me, oh no. With me, I can do all the wrong in the world. With my brother, though, oh no, don't wake the baby. It's like, you know, he's 40. He's not the baby. Don't wake. He's napping.
And
seriously.
And that's how my sisters were too. They were older than me, right?
Yeah.
So they were 7 years older than me. So they were like, we were raised like you couldn't do this. Like I had no rules. Like I was allowed to go anywhere I wanted. Like my sisters, they watched them work, and I hate to say this because they were girls.
Yeah.
Honestly,
yeah.
and my sisters did not like. They were like they hated me. Because they thought
ADD, though. They don't have ADD.
Oh, no, my sisters don't.
So you're the only one that came out with ADD?
I think my mother had it, but of course she wouldn't.
Yeah.
Because we have very similar personalities, all right? But
because it usually does run in the family.
Yeah. One last thing. I know we're getting 2 minutes there. Let me just...
we're breaking or we're done?
We're done.
I hate done.
Listen, you're going to love this. I got to say this, right? So, like I said, my mother, we have the same exact personalities, right? And my mom, she would do the same exact things that I do, like talking and saying crazy things, but my mom couldn't control it. Like when she got angry, you better leave the room. And she'd be angry for like 3 days. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't like I'm able to be angry for 5 minutes and then cut. I can get in an argument with you and 5 minutes later,
we're cool.
Yes.
Yeah.
But my mother was not like that. My mother would hold grudge.
Yeah.
Yes.
Me.
And that I know shit.
Me.
I'm a little bit like that.
Yeah.
Like I could hold grudges against people and wait to get them.
Yeah.
I could do that. My mother though.
She'll be like
crazy. She's crazy.
Yeah, no, there are people I haven't talked to since '86. I'm not fucking around. There are people I have not talked to since if you get on my shit list, it becomes the shit list to the non-existent. I will not, like you're dead. It's I don't know where. I don't know where I get that from. But yeah, no, I'm like one of those people.
Yeah, my mother's just basically me.
Yeah.
She was just like me.
So she probably had ADD.
Oh, God, yes. She had it severely.
Yeah.
I mean, and you told her that, she'd never believe you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? My mother she was something, but I could
Times have changed. Yeah, times have changed, though. Now it's so acceptable. You're now considered like the creative mind. Like that's what everybody wants to be, is the people with ADD. That's like society wants that now because this is where it comes from.
Yeah.
This craziness, the creativity, all that stuff. If you really look into a lot of people who are very, very successful and do very well in the entertainment industry, a lot of them have ADHD. A lot. Because their brain is like boom, boom, boom.
Just off the top of my head, DiCaprio, he has ADHD.
ADHD.
I think Mark Wahlberg. There's a ton of people.
Mark Wahlberg, the other one, but what's his face? It's Tesla.
Oh, Elon Musk.
Elon Musk.
I think he's autistic a little bit.
He said he's autistic.
Yeah.
He admitted to being on the spectrum, that he is slightly autistic, but he said his ADHD is completely out of control. He's medicated.
Yeah.
He's meds.
Just give you, and I know we got 10 seconds, just want to tell you, if I get an idea, Dawn, like if I leave you guys and I get an idea in my head, I could lose that idea. So, because we forget things. ADHD is forgetful like that. So I have to actually pull on the side of the road immediately and do a video.
So let me ask you a question.
I have to or I'll forget it.
So let me ask you a question. When you're be completely transparent. When you're in a conversation with someone, like let's say me and you.
I zone out. Yeah.
You go far away, and do you want the person to hurry up and stop so you can...
Yeah, and that's just the reason we do that.
That's so interesting.
People think it's
That
rude.
is so interesting.
And it is rude. When you interrupt somebody, it is rude. But ADHD people aren't trying to be rude. They hurt. They know they want to tell you something, and they know they're going to forget it.
Yeah.
We will forget it within 2 minutes. So if we don't tell it in that second, we'll forget it.
I have someone so close to me, and he will literally say to me, he's so close to me, a dear person to my heart, and he will literally say to me, okay, hurry up. And I'm like, that's so fucking rude. You're telling me to hurry. And I'm like, no, hurry. And I can see it in his face. Like, hurry up with the conversation because he has something to say to me, an idea. And I'm like, that's such a rude person. But the perspective you're putting it in makes me feel like he wants to say something.
He has to. We forget. It's so... Well, I'll forget in 5 minutes. I can meet somebody. Hey, I'm Peter Jones, right? Honestly, I'll turn away from him for 30 seconds, talk to you. I'll never... I could go like a Jim Jones. I'll never remember Peter Jones. Never. And I'm a salesperson. Like, I was a great salesperson. And you should know people's names.
People with ADHD, fantastic salespeople.
I'm a great salesperson.
You know why? Because you guys are charming.
Yes.
That kind of gift of gab, it's charming. People think, oh, he's so interesting because you have so much to say.
And that's why when I say I'll never be canceled, because I know even if I get canceled, TikTok, whatever, I'll go right back into sales. They don't care if you're canceled in sales. If you can sell, they're hiring you. They're hiring you. That's how it is in Vegas. If you could sell in Vegas, you can make a good living.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, if you could sell in Vegas, and I could sell.
In my time, I've come across some really, really good salespeople, but they seem to all have that same quality now that I think about it. It is that fast, quick, like ready at all times. Like you have that. You're ready to go.
Yeah.
Always. And that's pretty cool,
And
actually.
maybe next week we can go over sales techniques that I used.
Okay.
I sold timeshare.
Really?
I was good at it. That's the sad part. I was good at it.
Do you know selling timeshare is like selling air? You're not selling anything. You know, you're selling, what were you selling, points?
Yes.
So you're really selling someone air.
Can we go over 1 minute there?
Can we
One
go
minute.
over?
Let me just tell you my first, all right, real quick. I moved to Vegas. I had no job. I had no job. In fact, when I moved here, I rented a condo in Henderson. Like I told you, 2-bedroom condo, 2-stall garage, we had a pool, a gym, all that crap, right? And I loved it, it. But I came out here with zero job. The apartment complex actually made me pay 6 months ahead of time. So I actually had to pay them like 10 grand up front to live there because I had no job. You know what I mean? So but I have a pension come in, and that comes in at the end of the month. But anyways, but I still need to work, okay? Yeah. But I had time to get a job. But I see this sales job. I had no idea what it was. I applied for it. I go to this sales job, and I realize it's a timeshare salesman, right? So I sit there through it, and I thought, maybe I'll do this, right? Yeah. And the guy's telling us, what happens is people come in the morning, you give them a tour, and then you might get a second one in the afternoon. And I'm like, all right. And then they pay you like minimum wage because, you know, they're going to pay you a commission. So you get minimum wage, whatever the hell it was, right? So I go through the training and everything. The first couple I get, okay? And I'll be honest with you, I love this job. Yeah. If I didn't feel like it was scammy, I'd still be doing it. Yeah. And like, because it was cool, we would have meetings in the morning and they'd pump us up. Yeah. Here they come, they're out there waiting to give us their money. Yeah. Look at them, they're in line to give us their money. I'd be like having chills. I'd be like, let's go, let's go. I was like the Wolf of Wall Street, man. I was like, they had me so pumped. Like, I was like, they want to give me their money. They want to give me their money, right? So long story short, I get this first couple, right? Never sold timeshare before. And I do a take back. Do you know what a take back is?
Sure.
Take back is when you tell the people they can't have what you're selling them. Mm-hmm. If you do that to people, it makes them want it. It's weird, but it makes them want it. So I had this couple and they sat down with me and they're like, Danny, you seem like a nice guy, but we're not buying anything you're selling here. So you do whatever you want. I came here for the free tickets to wherever the hell they were going to, the High Roller, whatever the hell they were getting free tickets to, right? And I'm like, oh, okay, you don't want to hear any of this? He's like, no. I said, oh, good, I didn't want to tell you. I closed the book, right? I closed the book and I start talking to him. I'm like, so what, you guys on a vacation here? And we start bullshitting. But he doesn't realize I'm selling him. Yeah. Because to sell somebody, you got to gain rapport. So now I'm gaining rapport, right? Hey, hell with that book. I ain't going to tell you about that. So I start telling him, oh, where did you come here, this and that. So we talk about a half hour. We're talking about sports, the Eagles, this and that. And I have an hour with them, right? Mm-hmm. So all of a sudden, 45 minutes into our rap session, he goes, all right, Danny, you seem like a nice guy. Tell me what you got here. He goes, I'm not going to buy, but tell me what you got here. I said, no, I don't want to bother you. He goes, why? I said, you don't seem like somebody that would want this. And he goes, what do you mean? I said, this is for people that want to enjoy themselves on vacation. You guys don't seem like you like vacations. You know what I mean? And he goes, what do you mean? I said, just having a conversation here with you.
So
I don't
this
think
guy must have told you no how many times?
Oh, 15, 16
So you're collecting no's.
Yes. Collecting. Every time you collect a no, you're getting a yes, right? So next thing I know, he's going, well, I didn't say I didn't like vacations. So I said, that's the feel I got. I feel you and your wife really, you're home buddies. You want to just stay at home. You don't really want to enjoy your life. That's what I said to him. He's like, no, we want to go out. Show me this. He ended up buying the full package.
Of course
the full
he
package.
Did. Because you sold him yourself and you didn't sell him the product. You're charming.
One last thing, you're going to love this. I had a guy come in. His wife was making him go for the free gift. He already had a timeshare and was suing the timeshare company.
And he still bought with you?
And he said to me, I'm telling you right now, Danny, she made me come here. He yelled at me. I ain't buying nothing. I'm suing this other timeshare. He walked out of there with a timeshare.
Of course he did. Charming.
Let me tell you something. I'd come home and say, I can't do this anymore. So I quit doing it because of that. I felt bad about it.
You made extremely good money doing it.
The first sale I made was $800, right? I made this timeshare sales. I made $800. I texted my girlfriend. I said, we're going to be rich. That's what I told her. I said, we are going to be rich. And I sent her a text message.
Do you know what the bonuses look like when you get to certain tiers?
Yes.
And what the checks look like?
Yes.
And I know timeshare very, very well. I know sales very, very well. So you and I have to have a conversation next week about sales. Maybe we'll give you guys some sales tips.
Yeah.
I have a feeling.
I worked for this other sales company, right? I was bringing them in $100,000 a month, and they would pay me 10 grand. So if I brought them in 100 grand,
Yeah,
they'd pay me 10
10
grand.
grand.
Do you know they got jealous of that? And then they tried to cut my salary. I'm like, if somebody guaranteed me 100 grand, I'd give them 10 grand every month, right?
Yeah.
But they got jealous that I was making this kind of money. I started making more than the executives in the company.
Of course.
And they cut my salary, and I told them, go F yourself, and I left. In the middle of the conversation, Don, I said, F you, got in my car, and flew home from Colorado.
I'm not shocked. Let me tell you something, guys. The people don't realize this, and they don't know this. You can go to school, and definitely, I'm an advocate for school. I have a number of degrees. I'm an advocate, 100%. The highest paid jobs on this planet are sales jobs, and they will always be. You cannot run a business. You can't do anything without someone that can sell. And the sell comes from the gift of gab, and it is very, very simple, very easy. Next week, we're going to get into this.
Yes.
You're going to like this. Log in next week. We're going to have some tricks of the trade, and I want to tell you something a little about sales. I think we're going to school each other on some sales.
All right, cool.
Next week. Fantastic. Guys, thank you so much again for tuning in. Vegas Views, Dawn Sullivan, Danny Miners, No Meds, Dawn Sullivan _ if you want to get in touch on Instagram.
Oh, TikTok. Just TikTok.
Just
I
TikTok.
hate Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah.
But that's beside the point.
And hit my TikTok up. I've been putting some stuff on
Have you?
TikTok. Yeah.
I saw she's been getting close too. She's almost at 10,000.
Maria?
Yeah,
No
Maria's
way.
almost at 10,000.
Because Maria's underrated too, guys. Get onto Maria's page.
Oh,
She's
yeah,
so
Maria's
much
funny.
fun.
Yeah.
She's so fun. You
We
know
should
what?
do a
We should-
TikTok together one night.
Oh my god, I just thought
And we
that.
can put
we
it on-
should do
yeah,
that.
yeah,
Yes,
we'll
we
do a
should
TikTok
definitely
there.
do Maria.
All
Because
right.
she makes me laugh. Maria's
Yeah.
like one of the funniest women I know. Yeah. She's thank you.
All right, I
guys.
guess
See?
we're done. We went over
Yeah.
because we have ADHD.
She's not going to cancel us though.
I know.
We said she was nice.
All right, goodbye. We'll see everybody next
Bye
week.
guys. See you
Bye.
next week.